Seems like we've been here before. Yes, it is Groundhog Day. And we welcome you to this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports.
Ready to go?
This is Kevin Harlan, joined by my colleagues Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. The Mavericks looking for a strong start to this. Road trip.
And guys, one of the approaches when you're starting a short road trip like this is guys want to come right out of the box with focus, game in hand, and not think about the next one. Get as many wins as you can on the road. It's so important.
It really is, and they want this one tonight, guys. I mean, I'm sure of that. When you're only on the road for a few games, you want to make sure you get something done out there and don't go home empty-handed.
Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. They've got Nowitzki. Williams is out there with C.J. McCollum. And there's Green. And it's Howard in at the 5 roaming the paint.
And you know, guys, Eric Gordon was an unbelievable three-point shooter last season. 45% from behind the arc. The first time he's been over 40% in his career.
Nowitzki, that's for 2. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. You know, we were talking about Eric Gordon. He's always had great range, but not always the great shot selection.
You know, and that's a great point because, you know, we see now that he's starting to mature, starting to value every possession. And that's good news for the rest of that team.
Now, here is Hill. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. And Davis throws it down.
He power surged that one down. Wow.
Yeah, good term to use. One of the game's top dunkers for sure.
Folks, that's not a petty, not a Manny. That's a facial.
Here's McCollum following the score by New Orleans. Tries again. And it's Howard laying it in.
And getting after it on the offensive glass and adding to that early total with the putback.
Hill passes to Davis. There's the 3. Dwight Howard grabs the board. Howard's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Embiid with the steal. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. Gordon's running. Hill with it. Williams picks him up. Chandler kicks to Gordon. And it's Davis at the elbow. It's rebounded by Dallas.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Green, the screen. There's the dish to McCollum. Chandler with the rebound.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Williams with the ball. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Pelicans trail by 6. Hill kicks to Davis. It's back to Hill. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Outside Williams. Howard setting the pick for Williams. He dishes it to McCollum. Back to Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Good. And that's now 6 points for Howard.
Well, that's a great pass by Darren Williams.
Hill kicks to Davis. Outside Gordon. Back to Davis. Chandler outside. Kicks it out to Gordon. Takes the 13-footer. Shot is off. Good D by Howard. Looking at the last game for the New Orleans Pelicans, it was a win against Memphis. McCollum, no good. Pelicans trailed by 6. On the wing, Gordon. Embiid the screen. Chandler outside. There's the feed to Davis. Rejected by Nowitzki. They recover it. Gordon dishes to Embiid. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. That doesn't go either for Davis.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Kicks to Green. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition.
Dallas leading by 6. It always seems the Mavs are able to compete for a title, Clark, but their window might be closing with some of their stars aging, namely Dirk Nowitzki.
You're exactly right, Kevin, because Dirk is the centerpiece of that franchise, has been for over a decade. They made the Rondo trade last year trying for a big finals run, but eventually they'll start to have to build for the future.
The pass to Embiid. Here's Chandler. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Jeff Green picks one up.
You know, when I think of Wilson Chandler, what comes to mind is supreme athleticism. He can throw it down with the best of them, and yet he's still working on the other areas of his game to be more well-rounded.
Looking who's out there now for the Pelicans. Kufis checked in for Joel Embiid. Julius Randle comes in for Anthony Davis. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Eric Gordon. And it's Austin Rivers in for Hill. Pelicans trail by 6. You know, back to Wilson Chandler, he's somewhat of a wild card. One of the few guys to go overseas. Remember, Greg, during that NBA lockout in 2011, he signed to play for China and didn't negotiate an out clause when he signed.
Yeah, and truth is, Chandler's one of those guys who can give you some solid minutes, but you hope at some point that he gets serious and commits to reaching his full potential. And a few more points tacked on to their lead in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Yeah. Those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
Yeah, they really hurt you. I mean, the defense forces a miss and then can't rebound it and finish off the defense. They're hanging their heads in their chest now.
Caron Butler is checked in for the Pelicans. And Dallas also making the switch. Kaminsky's checked in. The Pelicans shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
And Kosta Koufos, an excellent rotation center. I mean, he gets after it on the inside. He'll give you some rebounds, can block some shots. He's made himself into a factor.
Kaminsky misses.
almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
Now here's Hardaway. Looking for his first basket still in this one. He kicks it to Kufis. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And Kufis not really a shooter, Clark. He does his damage around the rim.
Yeah, he really does. The former Buckeye is a great screen setter. He attacks the offensive glass, plays within himself, and knows his role, and he does it well.
Meta world peace. He's checked in for Dallas.
Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets because of the matchups.
Yeah, I agree with you because they're looking to tweak things to maybe get those matchups working in their favor.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. And the Pelicans making a change here. Thompson's checked in. Dallas also making some changes. Dwayne Dedmon comes in for Dwight Howard. And it's Crawford in for McCollum. Now here's Williams. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Picked by Williams. Butler against world peace. Crawford, no one around him. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. Pelicans trail by 5. Picked by Randall. Pass to Kufis. Down low. Randall no good.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
There's the pick. World peace again, Randall. And Crawford with the basket on the assist by world peace. Now it's a 7-point Maverick lead. Now here's Rivers. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Picked by Randall. And here is Butler. Out to the right wing. And again, no good by New Orleans. Mavericks leading by 7. Williams with the ball. Picked up by Thompson. Crawford against Thompson. Vicious to Kaminsky. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Kaminsky's got his first 3 points of the game.
And boy, have they come out strong, really pounding the offensive board for second chance points.
Ultra impressive, guys. Caught them off guard, and they've taken the momentum in this game now.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
Boy, for Jamal Crawford, guys, it's been a really good career. Not many guys can maintain his level of quickness after 15 years in the league. But last season, he finally started to show a little wear and tear.
Dwight Howard's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Pelicans trail by 10. Here's Rivers. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Passes it to Thompson. Just 5 on the clock. And finished off by Rivers.
And you can tell he's hungry, because that's how you eat away at a lead right there. Make some highlight reel plays and shake that defense up.
Well, Greg, you're right. Not all 2 points are the same. Not when they come on a stuff like that one.
Well, I like the craftiness in his game. I mean, he can distribute or he can attack the basket, just like we saw right there.
And back to Crawford last season, he was down in field goal and three-point percentage. Plus, he battled with a calf injury that ultimately kept him out of 17, 18 games late in the year.
Yeah, Kevin, but his deep range spread the floor when he was out there. He still has that presence about him that you have to honor him. And he also hits some very timely shots. A dangerous assassin who always needs to be accounted for.
Kaminsky, the pass to Williams. Crawford, right side. Puts up the baby hook. Williams with a clean look. And it's Dallas with another.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passes. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Dedmon's checked in. Williams kicks to Crawford. Outside, world peace. Williams dishes to Kaminsky. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Kaminsky's got 5.
It's early, but they are getting pummeled on the glass.
Well, they've got to take a stand and commit to controlling their defensive backboards. These second-chance buckets are killing them.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for Williams. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. There's a good screen. Crawford passes to Lin. Another 3 for Dallas.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Picked by Randall. It's stolen by Kaminsky. And an overpowering first quarter.
Come on, New Orleans!
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And a comfortable margin for the Mavericks here, guys.
Smooth sailing from an offensive standpoint thus far.
No other way to put it, Greg. They've made it really look easy so far.
Pelicans trailed by 14. On the floor for Dallas. Jeremy Lin is out there with Crawford. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon. Then it's Kaminsky. And it's world peace at the 3 spot. Deep 2 from Hill. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3. Hill against Lin. There's the pick. Pass to Kaminsky. Crawford left side. 5 to shoot. He feeds it to Lin. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Here's Hill. Outside Hardaway. Davis with a screen on Crawford. Here's Hardaway. It's deflected. And they get it back. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Outside, Lin. World peace on the wing. Crawford left side. 4 on the clock. from outside the arc. And it's world peace missing. Pelicans trail by 10. Feeds to Hardaway. Launches a three. Chandler kicks to Davis. Hardaway from outside. His fourth shot, his fourth miss. Still looking for his touch tonight. Lynn against Hill. Lynn dishes to Dedmon. The shot will not go. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. Hill with it. Now guarded by Kaminsky. Davis, the pass to Hill. And that one falls, coming off of Davis's speed. Davis has got 3 assists tonight.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Now here's Lynn. The open shot, Crawford. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Hardaway against Crawford. Lets it go from 11. Knocked away.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, just totally out of sync. I mean, you can just see it in the numbers. Nothing going down for him right now.
Pelicans foul.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Pelicans trailed by 11. Hill with it. And it's Lynn picking him up. Hangs in the air. And it's laid in by Davis. Davis has got his second bucket.
Uh-oh, a little showboating at the end of that one.
And looking at Joel Embiid, he has all the tools to be the game's next great center. He's raw, no doubt about that. And he'll have to overcome the injuries, but his combination of side speed, agility, practically unparalleled.
To the paint. Dedmon kicks to Crawford. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Crawford's got 5 points in the quarter.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
Hill drives in. Chandler, no good. Regarding Joel Embiid, what makes him even that much more unique as a young 7-footer, excellent shot mechanics, and a feathery touch. In college at Kansas, he shot Greg 63% from the floor. Many of those were face-up jumpers.
And as the season wore on, he became money at the free throw line as well. Those are the kinds of unique attributes that make him an extra scary prospect.
The shot by Chandler, wide open. Again, the miss by Chandler. Lynn dishes to Dedmon. Back to Lynn. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Lynn's got the lead up to 14 now for the Mavs. And the hope for Jeremy Lin last season was that he'd take a step forward in his development, but it almost was the opposite.
And that can happen. You don't always go a straight line north in your improvement in this league. He'd been on an upward swing as far as his shooting accuracy, but last season was the worst since his rookie year in that area.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
And talking about Lin last season, he never quite gelled with what they were doing in Los Angeles. Both he and Kobe need the ball to be effective, and I got a feeling you guys know which one of those two is going to get it.
A platoon swap here for New Orleans. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Nowitzki comes in for Kaminsky. Green, he's checked in for Meta World Peace. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Jamal Crawford. Now here's Gordon. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Butler. It's rebounded by Dallas. Howard's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
And, you know, getting back to Lynn, he was actually pretty strong starting out the season. In November, he made 48% of his shots, 37% from downtown. But in April, he only hit 24% from the field and was eventually shut down for the year.
Kicks it out to Gordon. Three-pointer, Butler. That doesn't go either for Butler.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And here's McCollum for three. That's good. And so Howard with the assist.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
And that one's good.
You know, not necessarily what you're looking for, but still able to convert.
Nowitzki a screen. The three from McCollum. Another three for Dallas.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been three-pointers.
And clearly it's about how poorly the defense has played. They've got to close out faster.
Kufis the pass to Butler. That doesn't go either for Butler. And here are the Mavericks now. They're on a 15-4 run right now. Lynn with it, and it's Gordon picking him up. Howard kicks to McCollum. Dallas moving it around. Here's Nowitzki. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
Nowitzki is so smooth. Terrific shot maker.
Pelicans trail by 20. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need it.
Nasty. Absolutely filthy.
And the building is stunned, partner. He dug deep into his bag of
I
tricks
tell
there.
you what, I hope he keeps that one handy. I want to see that one again.
McCollum dishes to Nowitzki. There's the feed to McCollum. His three-pointers off the mark. New Orleans has gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let them fly. Now Gordon. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Here's Dallas. They're on a 17-6 run. Jeff Green on the wing. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. Lynn's got 3 assists now in this one. Well, it was the Dallas Mavericks winning their last game against the 76ers. The dish to Kufis. To the middle. Randall passes to Kufis. Kicks it to Rivers. And he goes in for the dunk.
And that fella can flat out fly, can he?
Reminds me of a young Greg Anthony out of UNLV.
Goodness.
No doubt about that. Just look at the elevation he climbed to right there.
Kevin, you just made my knees hurt.
That's what sets him apart from so many other point guards in the NBA.
And it's Nowitzki missing.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it, the fast break chance.
The Pelicans call timeout.
And Alvin Gentry wants a timeout.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Pelicans.
Really unfortunate for Eric Gordon that an assortment of injuries have really derailed his career. A few years back, he looked like he'd be an absolute star. Once a 22 points a game score, was down to 13 a game last season.
Yeah, on the topic of Eric Gordon, one would think he's still young and talented enough to be a difference maker with any team. He just has to stay healthy. That really is the bottom line. He's got to keep his health.
Kevin, the truth is, though he's had a number of injuries, they've all been different. It isn't one chronic thing. So with a little good luck, we could see him shine once more.
Williams, he's checked in for Dallas. Pelicans trail by 18. Outside Hill. Hardaway kicks to Davis. The kick out to Hill. Shot clock at 6. And the Pelicans miss again.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
There's 1:54 left in the first half. Chandler dishes to Davis. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Boy, that was a violent throw down there.
You're telling me.
I mean, it's almost like he doesn't like the rim.
Hill against Williams to the left side wing. And McCollum the bucket on the assist by Williams. Williams has got 5 assists tonight.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
.111 left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Chandler. And Dirk Nowitzki gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Dallas. Laverne comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. And the Mavericks making a change here. Kaminsky's checked in. We've got 1:08 left in the first half of basketball. Right side Davis. In the corner, Hardaway with it. Fades away. And Davis can't get it to go.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Williams passes to Dedmon. Here's McCollum. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
And fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
Hill kicks to Davis. Made that one only his 4th of this game after firing 10 times from the floor.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Kaminsky sets the pick for Williams to the inside. Clock is at 3. And now the Pelicans on the break. Hill kicks to Davis. Misses from short range.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the...
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. The Mavericks on top. They lead by 18. From New Orleans, back in a moment.
Come on, New Orleans!
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started.
And what a tremendous game for McCollum. He has 14 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
And Clark, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from beyond the arc, the better off they'll be.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Gordon is out there with Hill. Then it's Wilson Chandler. Then it's Joel Embiid. And it's Davis in the four-man position. That's Alvin Gentry's 5 as we get into the second half. And Embiid throws it down.
And, you know, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but then how about the loud bucket he's able to convert?
He was in perfect position under the hoop, Greg. You're right. Once he gets his hands on the miss.
That's exactly why it's important to work hard on the offensive glass, fellas, for chances just like that.
The shot by Williams, no good. Pelicans trail by 16. On the wing, Chandler. Good. The assist goes to Hill. And that's now 6 points for Wilson Chandler. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Williams with the ball. Howard at the elbow. Embiid with the steal. Chandler outside. There's the lob to the hoop. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. And the wide open shot from Green. Off target from outside. Now here's Gordon. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
Howard can't hit.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Williams with the ball. He's picked up by Hill. Williams kicks to Nowitzki. Inside. McCollum.
C.J. McCollum.
That's in, and he's 7 for 12 now in the game.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Gordon dishes to Davis. Hill up top. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Pelicans trail by 14.
And Dirk Nowitzki last season, I felt like the first time we saw real signs of wear and tear from all the years of him playing. His field goal percentage, points per game, rebounds, all off his career averages. And that said, though, he's still a crafty, dangerous guy to have to go up against.
Pelicans shooting their 7th free throw attempt here.
And when you look at that free throw percentage on the season, they're right around 73%.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
Howard kicks to McCollum. Back to Howard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And now here comes Gordon leading the break. He dishes it to Davis. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Well, going back to Nowitzki, his value at this point of his career cannot be measured by stats alone.
Exactly, and that's what wasn't there last year, that great team of guys around him, because that's really when he's at his very best. He can still fill it up fast, and he's one of the smartest players in the league, too.
And it's Davis finishing it off.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
And there's the pass to McCollum. To the right side. Nowitzki against Chandler. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
Hill kicks to Chandler. Pass to Davis. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Cutting into the lead with a huge one-hand throwdown.
That's how to get your team back into it.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, guys, that might also put a little spark into those guys.
Dallas moving the ball around to the paint. Here's Howard. And he takes that one up and powers it through. Great game for him. Double-double now. 10 points and 12 rebounds. Outside Hill. Chandler outside. He kicks it to Gordon. Here's Hill. And that one comes up a bit short.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
Hands it from downtown. Hill's got 10 points in the game.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second three of the game. And guys, no doubt George Hill had it rough last season. He missed the first 28 games with that left knee injury, came back for 5, then missed another 11 games before his season got going. But you know what? He had one of his most productive years from that point on.
And the Mavericks call time here. And getting back to George Hill, what a second half of the season he had. He tore up several key categories, Clark.
Yeah, he was bogged down by injuries early in the season. Came back to average career highs in points, rebounds, and assists. Partly because he was finally treated and looked to as a go-to guy, and he thrived in that role.
Caron Butler is checked in for New Orleans. Hollis Thompson comes in for Gordon. Dallas also making some changes. Kaminsky, he's checked in for Nowitzki. World Peace comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Crawford in for C.J. McCollum. Here's Kaminsky. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
Dishes it to Butler. Embiid with a screen on World Peace. The kick out to Hill. Again, missing Hill.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
That's good.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Passes it to Davis. Butler in the corner. On the wing, Thompson. Outside Hill. Embiid kicks to Thompson. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Dallas leading by 12. And here is Williams. Crawford right side. 6 to shoot. Cannot hit. The Pelicans have gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far. Just above 50%. Butler in the corner. Embiid sets the pick for Davis. And here's Hill for 3. Again missing Hill. Hill against Williams. Out left to the wing. Kaminsky the pass to Howard. Releases. And too long on the shot.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. And for Caron Butler, came into the league as a hard-nosed defender, good rebounder for a small forward. But it seems like as he matured, Greg, he became more of a three-point marksman.
A great point. And, you know, early in his career, the difficulty with the outside shot, his game was more about toughness. But like most smart veterans, he extended his range so he could live to play a little longer, which he certainly has.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Kufis checked in for Embiid. Randall comes in for Davis. Hardaway's checked in for Hollis Thompson. And it's Rivers in for George Hill. Nowitzki a screen. Over to the left wing. That one off the back iron and out.
And, you know, going back to Caron Butler, he became a complete offensive player at the height of his career. I mean, he improved his ball handling so he could get his shot off from any place on the court. His pull-up, mid-range jumper, cash money. And in a couple of years, he averaged nearly 5 assists a game.
Here's Randall. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Mavericks leading by 10. Pass to Dedmon. He feeds it to World Peace. Williams again. It's Butler. Williams dishes to Crawford. A three-pointer off the mark.
And when you talk about Caron Butler, I think the progression of his skill set proves that you can do anything you put your mind to. I mean, this is a guy who's shown what dedication and hard work really mean, and it's made him into one of the best small forwards in our game for a stretch of his career.
Crawford right side, and the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
When you're hot, and that's certainly been the case for Jamal Crawford. He's got 14 points, and he's been delivering a healthy dose of helpers, too.
He really has, Clark. Always with his head up, looking to make the pass, trying to find the open man.
And Dirk Nowitzki gets the whistle that time. Dallas on defense. To the paint. Randall kicks to Rivers. And that is good. Rivers has got 8 points.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
And one feels bad for the way Julius Randle's career started. I was there that night. First game of the season. 7th pick out of Kentucky in the 2014 draft. Suited up for one game. Broke his right leg 14 minutes in. And the guy that comforted him the most, I recall very vividly, Kobe Bryant stayed with him the entire time when he was really in shock on the floor.
He was, and unfortunately, for so many reasons. For one, he had really been progressing in the Summer League, and the Lakers obviously had high hopes for him. And when he went down, that was the start of the rest of the ship kind of going down with him.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Kaminsky comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Darren Williams. Rivers with it, and Crawford picks him up defensively. Hardaway passes to Randall. To the middle. Here's Butler. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits.
And, you know, going back to Randall's rookie year, his troubles really started during medical checkups before the draft. They found a foot injury dating back to high school. The 5th metatarsal had been broken, which may be why he fell a few spots in the draft.
Yeah, it's such a sweet three-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
Rivers kicks to Kufis. Left side Hardaway. Outside Butler. Clock at 6. Butler can't get that one to fall.
And talking about Randall's rookie injuries, the Lakers were going to let him play through the foot. But once he broke the leg, they did season-ending surgery on the foot as well. Hopefully, now he can just stay healthy and get to play the game he loves.
That's good. Dedmon's got his first bucket of the night.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
Here's world peace. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Mavericks lead by 13. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. On the court for the Mavericks, we've got Dwayne Dedmon, Kaminsky out there with Green, and it's Crawford, and it's Lynn in at the point. Pelicans trailed by 13, and it's blocked. Out of bounds, Pelicans ball as New Orleans keeps possession. And it's Hardaway atop the key. Fires for three. Rebounded by Kaminsky. Kaminsky's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here is Lynn. Feeds to Dedmon. Shot clock at 6. Crawford, no luck.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. The shot by Butler, nobody around. Connects from 3-point range.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. Let's see now, though, if he can get going.
Crawford outside. Green, the screen, and a wide open look for Lynn. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. And the Mavericks lead by 12. Now Rivers. Outside Hardaway. Randall down low. Hardaway dishes to Randall. And he dunks it down.
Whoa. That'll wake you up. My goodness.
Is he an athlete or what?
No doubt about it. It's almost as if he lives in the air, and dunks like that have become quite commonplace.
Crawford passes to Dedmon. There's the feed to Green. To the inside. Crawford, no luck.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, deterred them from those plans.
Hardaway kicks to Rivers. The dish to Randall. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Randall's got 4 points in the quarter. Dallas leading by 8. Kaminsky in the corner. Kicks it to Dedmon. It's deflected. Hardaway with the steal. Randall dishes to Rivers. They get a hand on it. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's Kaminsky. Good.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Mavericks.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
Yeah, but I also like the balance because they're doing a great job of getting inside and converting around the rim. I really like their aggressiveness.
Here's Randall. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Randall's got 9 points now in just the second half. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. There's Green with the 3. And it's Rivers with the rebound. Pelicans trail by 9. Green again. Hardaway. And they double up Butler. Back to Hardaway. And it's going to be a 3-second call. New Orleans making some changes here. Mavericks leading by 9. Lynn with it. And the powerful one-handed slam.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills. I'm not sure who was supposed to pick him up, but somebody's going to get an earful from the coach for leaving him that wide open.
You know, I can think of one way to describe George Hill. It's the culmination of several attributes. I mean, he comes from the school of Popovich, plays under control, always in the right place defensively. The way I describe him is just steady.
Dallas calls timeout. An interesting thing about George Hill, he was traded from the Spurs to the Pacers a few years back. Many people were surprised the Spurs would even trade a valuable veteran when they were trying to win a championship. But who did they trade him for? Kawhi Leonard. A pretty good deal.
Well, you know, Hill is really solid. He knocks down open shots, can run the offense or play off the ball equally well. I think he's a terrific combo guard. Gives you a little bit of everything and does it in a professional way. And that's typically what attracts him to other teams.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Rick Carlisle was going over with his team in that last huddle. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
Pelicans trail by 8. Embiid sets the pick for Hill. He dishes it to Embiid. It's back to Hill. Embiid the screen. Howard with the steal. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Hey, guys, C.J. McCollum is a scoring-minded combo guard out of Lehigh. Was taken with the 10th pick back in 2013 and still looking to make a big impact in the NBA.
Well, McCollum has struggled with injury. He's broken a bone in each of the last 3 seasons dating back to college at Lehigh.
Yeah, and if he can stay healthy, I think he's got a bright future. He had a broken finger last season, and he broke his foot twice in the seasons prior, Kevin, just to embellish the injury situation. But he's got some ability.
Screen by Howard. And world beast kicks to McCollum. And that one's good. McCollum's got 20 points.
Well, that shot was made possible by the work Dwight Howard did.
It's Hill on the wing. He's guarded by Williams. Chandler is screen. Embiid the pass to Gordon. 5 on the clock. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Mavericks leading by 7. Outside Williams. Screen by Howard. Nowitzki with the screen on Hill. McCollum kicks to Nowitzki. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Hill dishes to Davis. And it's Meta World Peace with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Hill passes to Embiid. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That's on Dwight Howard.
And Anthony Davis, growing up in the rough south side of Chicago, because of the violence, his father didn't let him venture to the playground. Instead, he built a basketball court in the backyard. This young man has come a long way.
And Davis stayed around the game in grade school. He'd keep the clock, sell the tickets, even someone said sell nachos.
Humble beginnings, partner, humble beginnings. Didn't even dream of NBA stardom. Said he wanted to be a high school coach. Obviously, things have changed now.
Davis setting the pick for Hill. For the 3, Chandler. It's rebounded by Dallas. Up next for them is the Pacers in Indianapolis. That'll be the second of this two-game road trip. There's the pass to world peace. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. And now it's a 12-point Maverick lead.
And that tells you a lot about why the score is where it is. Lazy defense.
And it's Davis missing.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Now here's Williams. Out to the right wing. Here's Nowitzki. And another basket for Dallas.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Hill kicks to Davis. Shoots a fader. That doesn't go either for Davis.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
Pass to Nowitzki. Howard drives in, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And they seem to have gotten something out of almost every possession. Their defense has been just as good, just a tremendous performance all the way around.
Yeah, and they're doing it in hostile territory, too. I mean, don't forget about that part of it, which makes it even more impressive.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. Dirk Nowitzki, what can you say? Future Hall of Famer, too many accolades to list, but most important, NBA champion and Greg Finals MVP in 2011.
Yeah, and Kevin, history has proven time and time again, you really need a future Hall of Famer on your team to win a championship. Just look at all the teams that have won the title through the years.
A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Randall's checked in for Joel Embiid. Butler comes in for Wilson Chandler. Hardaway's checked in for Gordon. And it's Austin Rivers in for George Hill. The Mavericks also with a sub. Green's checked in. Howard with it. Picked up by Davis. And Nowitzki wide open. He fires. Good. And it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. Rivers dishes to Randall. Out to Hardaway. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Davis passes it to Rivers. Here's Randall. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And how about the bounce pass there being used to perfection?
Now here's McCollum. Guarded by Hardaway. McCollum passes to Nowitzki. McCollum kicks to Green. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Kufis checked in for Anthony Davis. Pelicans trail by 16. Rivers dishes to Randall. Hardaway passes to Randall. Nice D from Nowitzki.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And guys, you know, we've talked about it before, but it bears repeating. Dwight Howard may be the best overall rebounder in the last decade. 5 times out of the last 8 years, he's led the league in rebounding. That's almost impossible to do in the modern NBA.
And the Mavericks call time here. They lead by 16. 1:52 left in the fourth quarter. So for the Pelicans, Robinson's checked in for Julius Randle. Hollis Thompson comes in for Hardaway. And it's Nash in for Rivers. Dallas leading by 16. Howard is still Clark, an efficient rebounder, still prolific in fact, but he's no longer dominant. Last year he had not one 20-plus rebound game. Tell me the last time that happened.
Well, you know, this being Dwight's 12th season in the league, Kevin, a lot of wear and tear on him. I think he's trying to fight through it, and he's still very much more than serviceable. Wants to get a ring, and he's doing his part to try to make that happen.
Thompson in the corner. Just his first attempt. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
And one thing we know is that across the board in the NBA, attendance is up all over. Franchise values are also at an all-time high. Overseas, the game continues to grow as well.
Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Dallas. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans.
A temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover. It's embarrassing, but on occasion it does happen.
And the media deal in play says a lot about the popularity. It's not just broadcast. Fans are showing up as well.
Sellouts were at a record 700 last season, Kevin. The previous record was 676, almost 22 million regular season fans. That's a big number.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Mavericks.
Tonight, they did a great job of getting everyone involved. They had the good passing, and that led to some open shots.
Yeah, it's a fun way to play, and it's fun to watch, too.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And so many key players that you could point to tonight, but in particular, a great game for Howard. And the way he rebounded, he surely was a spark for the team as he was securing everything that came off the iron.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Here's McCallum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Here is Nash. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. Now